Hey folks, good morning from the office. Sorry it's 8:02 this morning. We're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. That is my fault. Trying to get everything situated. So sorry about that. 8:03 now it says. There's our phone number and the email address that you can always get in touch with us, and there's all the ways to follow us on social media. I want to make a quick note before we start the show. Because I know some of you, or many of you, tune in for national issues, and we have local issues from time to time that we have to squeeze in. And in fact, we are looking to start a newscast, a local newscast. So let me get that. All right, so November 5th is Election Day. And some people, I think, maybe are overlooking a very important election in Gilmer County. So let me just say this, okay? Today, I do this every year at election time for everyone. I mean, the last time there was a post-commissioner's race in Gilmer County, I interviewed Carlene Ferguson, I interviewed Woody Jensen, I interviewed Jerry Tuso, who ran for the office, gave them all fair interviews, approximately 30 minutes. I try to stay in the 30-minute mark. So today I will be holding interviews for the Post 1, Gilmer County Post 1 Commissioners race that involved 5 candidates. All 5 candidates have been invited: Jason Biggs, Hubert Parker, Al Cash, Dr. Ed Stover, Jerry Tuso, who will show up today for the interviews. There's no rules on the interviews. Candidates can say what they want, and they're just a candid 30-minute interview with a candidate to try to get you, the voters, the most information. So let's see who shows up today to talk to you. That's what I've always told candidates, okay? If you don't show up for an interview, you don't show up for a debate, it's not me that you're not talking to. It's you, the voters, and the voters see that. It's the voters you need to be talking to, and that's my goal, always to bring you the most information. With that being said, we'll talk about it a little later, but we'll be doing that, and then we will release them on our Facebook page. We will release them on YouTube. We will release them on FetchYourNews.com. So they will be there for you to see for a total week to help you make your decision on what candidate November 5th for Post 1 Commissioner in Gilmer County. Now, I sent my pictures in late. Now, wait a minute. You have all those pictures ready? So if I did a random test of 70 pictures I sent 3 minutes before showtime, or actually at 7:59, they're ready? All right, there you go. What I mean, how am I going to complain about anything today if it's just going to go like that? Anyhow, I'm in a great mood. By the way, why are the Democrats yelling impeachment so loud? And I'm just going to show you a couple pictures, and we're going to talk about it later, okay? They are yelling impeachment, and they're even going to have a Ukrainian specialist. Let's see. Where's that dude's picture? No, he's an expert. We're going to have an expert today. See, if the media sells you on who's showing up before they show up, then when they come out, you could say, wow, that was an expert. Number 66. I thought they were ready. Oh, they are ready. Boom. White House Ukraine expert, an expert, to testify today. If they set it up that he's an expert before he gets there, well, we have an expert coming in. Who's next? Well, we have an expert outside. He'll be in here in a minute, but don't you forget when he gets here, he's an expert. All right, so anyhow, they're bringing in an expert. And why are they yelling so loud with the expert? And I'm going to show you a list of pictures, and we're going to break it down later. This is why they're yelling so loud. You don't see this anywhere. Maybe here, maybe Rush. I'll even give a free one to Glenn Beck, and you know, I think he's a whack job, but I love old Glenn. I give him one. Maybe you'll hear it at Glenn. Maybe that dude, that whack job out there at InfoWars, maybe he'll talk about this. I'm just joking, folks. I'm just joking. Damn it. I'm just joking. But maybe this might show up on, I don't know, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson. Might show up on the guy out there at InfoWars. I just lost his name. Might show up on you know where, Glenn Beck. You never know. Might show up all day long except for these kind of networks. Number 10. This may be one of the reasons that they're yelling impeachment. Number 9. Yeah, this may be another reason they're yelling impeachment very loud. If you know who they are. Number 8. Man, I'm really getting a headache over this, and I just had to lawyer up. I'm in fear. Number 7. If I go down, you're going down with me. You little cue ball, you. You're going down with me. If I go down, I'm telling all. Number 6. I did it. You know I did it. You know. And the American people know I did it. That's why. Maybe number 5. This may be one of the reasons they're yelling so loud. Why, my God, the President of the United States called for an investigation into a private citizen. Papadopoulos. What was that other guy's name? Carter Page. Was he a private citizen? Let's see. Spying on Trump. That was not president at that time, which would be private citizen. Is that where you really want to go with this? Number 4. Oh, there's that loving couple, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. I understand Lisa I don't know, I have no insider information. In fact, Adam Schiff doesn't leak a shift of anything to me. I mean, nothing leaks my way. I don't leak, nothing leaks. But somebody said, and I don't know who it was, but we'll find out, that when the two of these went in behind closed doors before the Republicans lost their control and had to give testimony, one was singing like a 302 songbird, and one was holding his ground. Oh, I just released a pronoun and identified a gender. Just say it. So there you go, and maybe number 4 is the reason. One more. Number 3 is the reason. The judge. Oh, never forget about the judge. So anyhow, we will go over that. That may be a long list of reasons why the Democrats are trying to yell. They have crapped their pants, folks. I'm telling you they have. They know Barr. Go back to number 5. They know Barr, Durham. Then go back to 9. They know the IG Horowitz is getting ready to release his report. And they are lawyering up. In fact, Comey said yesterday, the corrupt criminal former FBI director said yesterday, if Trump's elected a second term, he's going to move to New Zealand. I don't think you're going to move. You're going to have to get your ass out of here before they pull your passport, James. Sorry, I got to take a drink. Yeah, call me. You need to get your ass out of here before your passport gets pulled, and you're the next one to get stopped at the border. Wonder how many of these guys here get stopped at the border. So anyhow, we're going to talk about that. So yesterday, I just want to go over this. I know, well, there's a professional. There's an expert going to testify. Why, they're yelling impeachment, and here you are glossing over. No, I'm not glossing over a thing, folks. I'm just going to look past all the yelling and screaming about impeachment. I'm going to look past all the creative narrative, the created narrative of the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media. Okay? I'm just looking past that for a minute. Let's go to number 2. I want this one for a minute because I love this morning. Okay? It is Joe, right? There's Joe, and he's got South Carolina locked down, but Joe Biden was denied communion over abortion views. Yes, yesterday. There's Joe. Let's see. Give me number one. This is St. Anthony's Parish welcomes new priest right there. Number one. Father Robert Morey is the newest priest at St. Anthony's Church in Florence. In fact, this is the guy yesterday that said, Joe, you can't have communion. You're a baby killer. Joe, you can't have communion. I understand you're corrupt. I understand your son's corrupt. I understand you've been corrupt. I could actually look over you being corrupt, but you're a baby killer, Joe. Joe the baby killer, go back to, this is the father yesterday, go back to number 2. Biden denied communion as a baby killer over abortion views. A Catholic priest says he denied Holy Communion to former Vice President Joseph R. Biden at his parish in South Carolina on Sunday because the Democrat presidential contenders' support for abortion. The Reverend Robert E. Morey, I showed you him a minute ago, told the Florence Morning News on Monday that he had refused one of the Catholic Church sacraments to Mr. Biden. Sadly, this past Sunday, I had to refuse Holy Communion to former Vice President Joe Biden. Father Morey, pastor at St. Anthony's Catholic Church in Florence, told the Morning News via email. Holy Communion sacrifices, Holy Communion signifies we are one with God. Okay? Signifies we're one with God, each other, and the church. Our actions should reflect that. Any public figure who advocates for abortion places himself or herself outside the church teaching. Mr. Biden says he's personally opposed to abortion, but insists that this should not affect political stance. Joe, you baby killer! Yes, all of you Democrats are baby killers. You won't come out and condemn Ralph Northam. I'll tell you what, Joe, I better not. He may do it. But if you want my vote, you want some, come out today and say Virginia should remove the governor immediately. Ralph Northam of Virginia, the governor should be removed immediately because he has decided what it's called. Fantasize, is that, I don't know what it is. But anyhow, he'll kill them after they're delivered. Yeah, after they're comfortable, Joe. Joe, you and your Democrats are baby killers. Now, the heartbeat bill is going to go to the Supreme Court. Now, let me just say this. I'm going to take a break and we're going to get off this, okay? But Joe, you baby killer, and the rest of you baby killers out there, first of all, thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. First of all, hey, Father, thank you, Father, for I have sinned. Ooh, ooh. The Rev. Robert E. Morey told Joe, can't do it, man. Give me back the wafer, Joe. No, it's mine. Give me the wafer, Joe. Give me the wafer. All right, you baby killer, you. Anyhow, so, let me say this. I think everybody is pretty unified in the country. We'll go with just our country, America first. I think we're all unified in our country that life ends when the heart ceases to beat. That's it. Okay? We have somebody come in and pronounce them dead. All right? The hospital, the heart ceases to beat. Okay? Beep, 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 beep. You flatline, you're over. That's it. Come in. I can't get a pulse. He's out of here. Right? That's when no, everybody, we have all made a decision that's the end of life. Legally. Guy signs the paper. Yeah, he's out of here. Yep, take him off, Mac. Haul him away. So let me sign this. He's dead. All right. No, we've all decided when the heart ceases to beat that life is over. But we can't come to any conclusion whatsoever that when the heart beats the first time. So you put the little cold gel there on the belly and you're over there and you go, beep. Oh, guess what I found? Beep. That's life. You found life. Anyhow, Joe, you baby killer, give back the wafer because Father Robert E. Morey said you can't have it. Denied him communion. I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back. Yes, we are going to talk about impeachment, but I am not going to go over the... I would rather talk about Barr. And first of all, let's get our hero. Now, we're just going to give him a code name Rover right now. That's it. We're just going with Rover. That's it. Give me number 58. We've declassified the picture of the wonderful dog, name not declassified. We can't declassify it, so we're going with Rover. That did such a great job in capturing and killing the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. There he is. There's the dog, and we hear he's recovering well. So hats off to Rover. We'll be back after these brief messages. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. There is the way to contact the show, and also those email address and social media, all the above. Now, before I get back into our national, the national issues that we're covering this morning, I just want to make a quick comment. As I told you earlier, every year, and you know that, here at FetchYourNews.com, FYNTV.com, that when it comes election time that I do candidate interviews. So we have a very important election coming up in Gilmer County. And that being said, in Gilmer County, we will be next Tuesday, November 5th, Election Day. Voters in Gilmer County will be going to the poll to elect a new Post 1 commissioner. The former Post 1 commissioner, Dallas Miller, resigned and left an empty seat there that we are filling in Gilmer County. It is a special election. There's 5 candidates that qualified that are campaigning. We've invited all 5, so you will know. Let's see who shows up. We invited Jason Biggs, Hubert Parker, Al Cash, Dr. Ed Stover, and Jerry Tuso. And our question is, who will show up? Because I've always said, when we do the interviews or we host a debate, if a candidate does not show up, it's not me they're not talking to, it's you, the voter. And it's a nice one-on-one way for you, the voter, to get to see the candidates that you would like to serve you. And that's my pet peeve, is for these people not to forget that they're running for office to serve their community. So that being said, we'll be doing that, and we'll be putting them out later today on FetchYourNews.com, YouTube, and our Facebook page. Now, I'm for sure, there's a lot of impeachment. I got it. I got to quit. I can feel it through the air. You're yelling, but they're going to impeach. Yes, I know. They are. I get it. They're going to. Why? In fact, I think they'll even call an expert today. Yeah. They'll probably even call in an expert. Number 66. Number 66. There you go. White House Ukraine expert to testify today. I get it. I got it. I understand. The Democrats are trying to frame this in a way to take to the American public to make it look on the up and up, transparent. We did all the things the way they should be done, and the president's a criminal. I get it. I got it. But what I would like to see on the front page, did you see this anywhere? Number 55. Stocks hit all-time high. S&P 500 reaches new record on trade optimism. Now, all of these networks have spent an enormous amount of time. They've run out to the farmer. Hey, you, get out of that tractor. Please tell the American people how the tariffs and what Donald Trump has done to your business. Climb down here. Why, tell us the future of soybeans. I'm serious, right? They've gone all over the country. I mean, they ran doomsday, doomsday, doomsday. They have predicted a recession. They've done everything they can. Oh my God, on fears of China. Why, the president has no idea what he's doing. How many economic advisors, how many people did Joe Scarborough, well, and Minka, how many times did she sigh? Is this not front page? Oh, I forget. The president had a phone call. He's doing amazing. You don't have to like this guy, but this guy's stock market, people know. People know. And when people know, they get Donald Trump. They know. They know worldwide that this guy is going to get reelected. They know. The market knows. They know that he is putting things in place that are very aggressive and good trade deals for everybody. But especially the United States, he's going to make sure. They know. But do you see this anywhere? Look at that. Stocks hit all-time high, new record optimism, right? So I don't like to hang my hat on this other than the fact, let me look at a little more here. Stocks hit all-time high. Give me number 56. The S&P just hit an all-time high. This is a big win for jobs, 401ks, and frankly, everyone. Our country is doing great. Even killed long-sought ISIS murderer al-Baghdadi. We are stronger than ever before with great upward potential. Enjoy it. Winning, folks, we're winning. I mean, why can they not enjoy it? Number 57. Stocks hit an all-time high, CNN Business. So you're saying, well, they are reporting it now. No. They're not going over the top. They're not saying the president was correct in holding on to all of these. Let me give you another one here. Here's a picture, a nice little picture, CNN. It's 408. Now, wait a minute. They started with their impeachment first, so it took till 408 before they talked about it. And they actually did not give the president and his trade policies credit. Okay? 53. And the new record is on trade optimism. Now, I have somewhere here, and it might be NBC, so we might have to move over to that one. Okay? Because I just really wish they would have taken the time today to number 16, here's NBC. S&P 500 closed at record as corporate earnings beat expectations. I mean, we're trying to impeach this guy. Not me, myself. Democrats, let me back up, are trying to impeach this guy over a phone call that they claim the president is trying to have a private citizen of the United States investigated. Oh, we don't do that. We just don't do that. And then they kind of, I don't know if they've kind of backed off it, but today it's a private citizen, you know, and they're not saying as much as his political opponent. I think they realize Joe Biden's never been anybody's political opponent. I've said that every day. But they're trying to impeach this guy over this phone call. Private citizens asking what, I tell you what, let me say this. What is not the difference, but what, just think about this in two ways. Let's say if the president asked a foreign country to look into criminal Joe and his little boy Hunter, a foreign government, what about our own government turning on ourselves, our own people? What about our own government, the FBI? What about these John Brennans that should be in prison? What about those that are spying on private citizens internally? Wow. All right, so S&P 500 closes at a record corporate earning, beats expectations. Number 18, S&P 500 reaches all-time high. Folks, I just think that could have been the top story this morning. Tariffs, trade war. You heard trade war. They beat that in your head. Trade war, tariffs. Consumer confidence is down. This is down. The farmers. What businesses are being hurt? Jobs are being lost. Trade war, right? Every Sunday, Mnuchin and what's his name, I forget the other guy, the other finance guy, they would come on TV and tell you, don't worry, The president, we're working on this with China. President knows what he's doing. Let me tell you something. I think, now this could, today they can do something. And the feds are going to supposedly lower the interest rate again. Well, President Trump is the only president that really is getting involved with Jerome Powell, the feds, and told them what to do. While they're supposed to be an independent body, and Trump is telling them what to do. Well, guess what? Trump's telling them what to do, and he is hammering the Fed. They may drop another 0.5 point, right? Corporate earnings beat expectations. S&P all-time high. The trade war, which we know is going to be, and we continue to know. What the hell am I saying here? We knew it was going to be difficult all the way through. And it's not done. We're not finished, all right? We knew that. The trade war, that's all we heard. Beat Donald Trump down. But guess what? The people that count know that Trump's on the right track. The people that count know that the USMCA is a good deal. They know it. And they know Trump is cutting good deals across this world, the globe, and China's no different. All right? So every time they attack the president over the Chinese, now I will always go back, and I have the tape. And this is over a year ago. Over a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Okay? This is closing in on 2 years. I looked at Bruce on the All-Star panel, and we talked about the Chinese, and I said, Bruce, but do the American people, will they stand behind the president for what has to be done? And that's the question. And Bruce has a good answer on that on tape. God, I got to find that one. I just wish I knew what day that was, that Friday that Bruce made that comment. I wanted to get right into trade war and what's going on there. Hey, what if? I want to do one more. I'm going to come back. We're going to get to impeachment. I'm probably going to do that last because I could care less about this. But I want to put a picture up here. What if? Let's see, this happens right here. Number 38. What if? What if? What if? I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellen, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. There's the way you could follow the show, get in touch with the show. Every time I come back today, I'm letting you know, because it's important. I'll let you know throughout the week that November 5th, obviously, is Election Day in your area, and I don't know out there where you're watching this morning what's on the ballot, but in Gilmer County, where I'm broadcasting from, there's a special election November 5th to replace Dallas Miller, post 1 commissioner here in the county that resigned. So that seat is open, and there are 5 candidates that are going for that position there on the ballot. Today I'm doing interviews, candidate interviews, every candidate. And the reason I'm going over this, I want to be perfectly clear. 1, we do not endorse candidates. 2, we do all of our interviews for no other reason to get you, the voters, the most information and to get to know these candidates. 3, we take all of the rules off the table. There's other things where they have an opportunity to talk to citizens, the voters. I get it. And I do get it in other forums or in settings, they have some certain rules. I get that. That's fine, and I do actually understand that. But here, when the candidates get 30 minutes and I ask a question, it's 100% freedom of speech for 30 minutes, and it's a great opportunity for you to get to learn, know, and see who do you want to vote for. 30-minute interviews, all 5 candidates, Jason Biggs, Hubert Parker, Al Cash, Dr. Ed Stover, and Jerry Tuso have been invited for their interview. The people cannot say, the candidates cannot say, well, not that they would, but just letting you know, we do not charge for these interviews. These are straight up interviews, news interviews, so I ask any question I want. There's no questions out front for the candidates in advance. I'm not down in Brazil, and so that way they don't pay for it, so there's no, candidates would never come and say, well, I didn't do the interview because I didn't have the money. Doesn't happen. Every candidate gets a free 30-minute interview, and if they do not show up, it's not they're not talking to me, it's they're not talking to you, the voter. All right, moving right along. Are you still waiting? Now, I went through, now it may be out there, I asked you yesterday. In fact, put up our information one more time and leave it up while I'm making this little comment for about 2 minutes. And the reason I want to leave the information up, if you actually have gone to a website, okay, or there's a video out there, or Kamala Harris went on late night TV and I guess used some more foul language. They think that's going to connect them with their foul language Democrats. Trump uses it too. I got it, all right? But anyhow, if you out there could send me a link to anywhere just one of the Democrat candidates running for president of the United States stepped out over the weekend or yesterday and said, I'm going to be a patriot first. I'm not going to be party first. I'm going to actually go before the camera and say, thank you to the men and women, thank you, President Trump, to make the decision. Because you see, these Democrat candidates, they want to be commander-in-chief. So would Peter Pan Buttigieg made that decision, Trump did on that very dangerous mission. Would Kamala Harris, would she make that decision? Would Joe Biden make that decision? Who would make that decision that President Donald Trump made? Who is ready to make that call? Was it Hillary Clinton? No. Why would Hillary Clinton kill somebody she helped create? Where is the candidate that came out and said, and I know what you're saying out there, you're saying, well, there's other things you could talk about. Why are you wasting your time and our time knowing that they would never come out and have a soundbite that would actually sound good about President Trump that could be used in a commercial? I get it. When is the I don't care, I'm an American first? When is the I don't care, right is right? Where is that? So where is the first candidate that came out and said, thank you, Donald Trump, for actually destroying this man? Thank you for Donald Trump for taking this piece of scum off the earth, okay? Thank you, Donald Trump, that this could never happen again to anybody because of this Al Baghdadi or whatever his name, Al Baghdadi or whatever his name is, right? Where is the first candidate that said, thank you, Donald Trump, and the mission is complete. Nobody got hurt. We're in and out. You did everything you can to keep the 11 children safe. You could not do nothing about the 3 children that he grabbed and ran into the tunnel with and killed as he killed himself. Nothing. Crickets. Crickets. Donald Trump said, and I'm going to tell you, look, these people, you know, all of these people that you see on the news, for the most part, they got dropped off in the morning as their mother or their nanny dropped them off at these little prep schools that they went to. They went to the high-end colleges, and then their dad knew somebody in a network that got them their first job. I know there's some out there that it didn't happen that way, but for the most part, they've never heard crying, whimpering, sniveling. They've never heard that. And they are going crazy this morning that the president can't confirm. Let me show you a picture. I just want somebody, crickets, to send me something where one of these candidates are actually saying, hey, you know what? Thank you, Mr. President, for having the nerve to pull this off. Number 35, yesterday. See the reporter in the room? See the Joint Chief? I have his name here somewhere. Hold on, I got it here. He was yesterday. Wait a second, I just want to get that. Leave him up there till I can find another one I want to run with. I have it here somewhere. I don't want to lose it, and we'll get back to that. But let's see. I thought I had it here. Give me number 59. New details from U.S. raid targeted al-Baghdadi. Officials, 6 enemy fighters killed. Baghdadi's remains are buried at sea. And I'm trying to remember this general's name so I don't lose it. And I had it here a minute ago. I'll find that and I'll get back in the next segment because I don't want to forget actually what I'm trying to go for this morning. But every one of them are going crazy because nobody can confirm that that al-Baghdadi, this piece of garbage, was whimpering and sniveling and died like a dog and died as a coward and all this. Nobody can find that, and they're going nuts over that. So I want to do a what if I told you so. Long time ago, okay? Let me get the let me get this one picture up. What if this guy right here runs for Senate, number 19? What if this guy right here runs for Senate in Alabama? So I just want to bring it up just really quick. What if Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions? What if Beauregard? Now, when Jeffrey left, okay, a couple things I want you to keep in mind. Since Jeffrey left, how many comments have you heard out of Jeffrey? How many interviews has Jeffrey done? How many things has Trump attacked him on? I'm not going to say there's none, since Jeffrey left. How bad has he scolded him? Yes, he has said my attorney general was a wimp. He couldn't, he should never recuse himself. He called Jeffrey a lot of things, but what if Jeffrey runs in Alabama? I said he would. I said when Jeff Sessions leaves, he will run, okay? He will run for Senate in Alabama. And I've got a couple more here I want to show you. Number 38, the Washington Post. Now, I think he has till November 8th in Alabama to make this decision on whether he's going to run or not. The Washington Post, Sessions mulling bid for former U.S. Senate seat from Alabama. What if he does? Now, wouldn't it be an interesting circle of events if Jeff Sessions runs again? Now, I told you he would go home and run. I said that. I said Sessions will go home and run. And real quick, just a couple more. Number 12. These are the Republican contenders for Alabama Senate seat. Now, as we notice, Roy Moore is going to run again. He is the one that was creeping all the young girls out over at the Gadsden Mall 30 years ago or whatever it was. He was creeping them out over there in Gadsden, Alabama. Remember, the media went down and found all of the women, underage women. Well, yeah, Roy's been driving through the trailer park here lately. Yes, he has. And he's been over at the record shop at the mall. Yeah, he has. So they got Roy Moore, remember that? Where are all the convictions? What happened to the women? Maybe somebody is following that out there other than me. But they did everything they could to destroy candidate Roy Moore, okay? Roy Moore in Alabama, and Doug Jones, the most vulnerable Democrat senator in the United States, slipped in there. So you got Bradley Byrne. Is that his name? Brian? Oh, no. Tommy Tuberfield, John Morrell, State Rep Arnold Mooney, and Roy Moore. And what if Jeff Sessions? So the interesting thing, and I'll let it go and leave it alone, but what if Beauregard runs again? A couple questions I have. And then we'll get right off the whole Beauregard Sessions. Give me number 38. Remember, Beauregard happened to be the first guy, Alabama. You're wondering how in the world did Alabama fall in love with Donald Trump? So you remember Beauregard happened to be the first senator, the first real politician of any clout, stature, or anything to stand on the stage in Alabama and wear, I think he had a white, I don't know if it was white or red, Make America Great Again hat. This is the first guy, little Beauregard with his ears sticking out, had to be propped up on a box out there in Alabama. Might have been around Tuscaloosa, but he stood up there and he said, Make America Great Again, right? What if the circle goes all the way around that Trump has to go into Alabama and hold a rally for Jeff Sessions? What happens? Jeff Sessions runs, he's against Doug Jones, and Donald Trump comes into Alabama and will all be forgiven and forgotten and stand on the stage and say, we need Jeff Sessions in the Senate. Just saying. What an interesting circle event. What if Sessions ends up as a senator with a Trump endorsement as a tweet or a rally, possibly there, right? And then this guy ends up second term back in the White House, number 10. What if? What if this guy ends up in the second term back in the White House? So that's where we're going with this. As soon as we return, Michael Flynn, we're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to talk about the Durham and that report right there coming out. Horowitz, IG report. Let's take a break and let's come back and talk about Michael Flynn.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. North Georgia's only live. I keep looking around, seeing what's going on through the break. Now, they are yelling impeachment, and we will yell impeachment in a minute, we promise, okay? Just for all of you out there that need to hear impeachment, need to hear Adam Schiff, need to hear Nancy Pelosi, need to hear anything and everything. We'll give it to you in just a second. But why they are yelling impeachment is right here, and we're gonna hit on a couple things this morning. And I know you're doing your research, and what I always say on the show is, you know, I don't come in here ever to convince you of anything. I really don't. I'm not going to work to convince you of anything. I'm serious. I just tell you what I feel, what I see, what I think. And I enjoy you being here, and I appreciate you very much, but convincing you is not what I'm here to do. just tell you stuff. Go do your own reading. And if you come back and you don't agree with me, I put a phone number. Throw that up anyway. I put a phone number that you can call me at any time and say you don't agree. I mean, so that's not what I'm here for, to convince you. I'm just here to bring out a couple things. I have 2 hours a day and say, let's research these things together. Now, they don't want to talk because, see, the Attorney General of the United States put up number 5. All right, he said, you know what? I'm going to look at the origins of this. I think it's worthy. Because the Attorney General, William Barr, all right, there's a couple things when I say I don't want to come and convince you. I look at the background on Barr. I look at the background on these people. Obviously, I have to come in with hope. You have to continue to have hope. And some of these people I'm trying to drill down and just say, you know what? I think they just love the country. I'm serious. I mean, when William Barr was appointed, okay, when he was appointed Attorney General, got a little nervous, okay? Now, I'm not saying I've give him a total green light. We're going to see what happens. But I got a little nervous. Then I thought, you know what? Maybe he just loves the country. Because the thing is sometimes the President of the United States says makes some very strong statements. They're very strong that we don't take and run with. You see, you have heard over and over the yelling, and leave that pick up. You've heard the yelling from the Democrats that our democracy and the Constitution and protecting everything we love and believe in, and this is not who we are. And then again, our Constitution and our democracy is crumbling right before. All of this, the Democrats. This guy, I almost said the guy in the glasses, the guy that has hair, that's Attorney General William Barr. Maybe he just loves the country. And you know, when President Donald Trump says no president should ever have to go through this again, what do I tell you on a local level? When I cover local politics, what do I tell you on a local level? I say all the time, when I go in, it's, for example, Gilmer County, where we got an election going on. So when I go in and we have Gilmer County commissioners, the charter in the county, the citizens decided they wanted a commission. Now, there's about 5 sole commissioners in the state of Georgia left. We're in Georgia. We have about 5 sole commissioners, one being what's his name up there? It'll come to me in a minute. In Union County, Lamar Paris. He's a sole commissioner. Lamar Paris is sole. So when it comes to Gilmer County, the citizens decided, I'm going somewhere with this, that they wanted a commission. And in that commission, there's 3. And they decided in the charter that the middle chair would be the commission chair. And that would be a full-time position. And that would be a full-time position. And the commission chair would act as the CEO of the county. Then you have your post commissioners. The point is, when I go in, and I go in early sometimes to these meetings, no matter what they are, I see the empty chairs. And that's the mental picture I have. I see 3 empty chairs, and I see the 3 empty chairs belong to the citizens. So when I'm looking up there, and I'm going somewhere with this, so when I'm looking up there, I see 3 commissioners, I see 3 chairs that the citizens voted. It said, I want you to represent me. I want you to serve me and sit in that chair. No more than that. Because since I've been covering small county politics, Gilmer County, I've watched several people sit in those chairs. Put that back up, please. I don't want that to go for a reason, because I'm bringing around William Barr, something with William Barr. Thanks. So I see, right? I've seen multiple people. The point is, President Donald Trump has said something very powerful. No president should ever have to go through this. And I think Attorney General William Barr is investigating this from the origins, the genesis, the beginning, for no other reason than the Constitution, no other reason than our democracy, no other reason than trying to preserve the intent of the Founding Fathers and what the Oval Office and the executive of this country is. I don't think this man has a passion and a love for Donald J. Trump. I think they probably get along. They may play, they may play gin rummy at night. I don't know. I'm just joking. But I'm not looking at William Barr and his actions as something that he's doing to protect and run interference for President Donald Trump. I literally look at him as trying to save the country. That big. We cannot let what happened to Donald Trump and his presidency happen to the next president. Whether it be a Democrat, whether it be a Republican, we got to fix it. Now, there's a Fox News, and I got to give Jon Stewart, they did a story yesterday because out in Chicago, the top cop was out there with the president, and he gave some statements concerning this because the investigation has turned to criminal. And Adam Schiff and his friends are shifting their pants right now. Play that video for the Fox News report yesterday. Stay with us on this.
The Attorney General in Chicago today, where President Trump will be speaking next hour to a meeting of police chiefs. Barr telling Fox News the investigation into how the Russia probe got started is making great headway.
Durham, who's the U.S. Attorney for Connecticut, is in charge of the investigation, and I understand he's making great progress. As you know, he's a 35-year veteran of the department, great reputation for nonpartisanship. He was selected by two Democratic attorney generals to do sensitive investigations for them. He's a by-the-book kind of guy. He's thorough and fair, and I'm confident he's going to get to the bottom of things.
That interview happening just moments ago. David Spunt is live in Chicago with that. David.
Hey, Sandra, good morning from Chicago at the International Association of Chiefs of Police. President Trump set to take the stage behind me in about an hour, but the Attorney General has been meeting with members of law enforcement this morning. Before, though, meeting those members of law enforcement, our Justice Department producer Jake Gibson had a chance to sit down with Mr. Barr to talk to him about the Durham investigation. President Trump and his team are calling it investigating the investigators. Now, last week, we learned that the investigation into the origins of the Russia probe is now criminal, headed by U.S. Attorney John Durham out of Connecticut. It started as an administrative review back in May, but now that has changed. The president and his supporters, they say that now Barr and now Durham will have the ability to impanel a grand jury, issue subpoenas, and file criminal charges. Now, Sandra, despite traveling to Italy with Durham and introducing him to officials in the UK and Australia, Attorney General Barr says this is John Durham's and only John Durham's investigation.
We'll let the chips fall where they may. I think they all know John Durham's reputation, and we'll just see how it turns out. But I do want to say that one of the reasons Mr. Durham is able to make the kind of progress he's making is because Director Wray and his team at the FBI have just been outstanding in the support and responsiveness they've given.
The Attorney General praising the FBI. Before he even took the oath of office, Bill Barr was asked if he would be President Trump's personal attorney or the Attorney General of the United States. Still a lot of criticism there from Democrats. We asked him that question today, and Barr insists that he is the Attorney General, not President Trump's personal attorney. Again, President Trump set to take the stage behind me in about an hour here in Chicago. Sandra.
Great stuff there. David Spunt, thank you. Thank you.
All right, I wanted to play that report for a reason. It embodied several things that I wanted to come back to. Remember, right before we went there, now the end of that report actually has the statement I just left with. Let's go with number 5 for a minute, okay? Number 5 is just this. John Durham is who he's talking about, the Attorney General. And the Attorney General there, William Barr, when asked, and keep that pick up for me, when asked if he was the Attorney General or Trump's personal attorney. Remember right before we went to that video, I told you, he's the Attorney General. He's trying to do, my opinion is Barr is trying to do the work of the Attorney General through a deep state. I mean, that swamp is thick, all right? That swamp is thick. And, you know, trying to pull stuff out of that swamp, like trying to pull it out of quicksand, is tough. But he's going to do it as the Attorney General. He has, to me, he has blinders on where the President of the United States is concerned. He is running this investigation, not on whether the person's name is Donald Trump. It could be, you know, client or citizen number one. Donald Trump could be citizen number one in the report in what they're investigating. They're doing it on for the reason of to never have it happen again to another president, regardless the name, regardless if it's another 200 years from now. This is going to go in the history book 200 years from now, if this country exists. If this country is not gone, you know, he has to be the one to save the country, whether you like it or not. This guy has to lead the way, and Durham has 30 way. All right, a couple things I want to go. It did change to a criminal investigation. Keep in mind. They don't want you to hear that over on the other side. They don't want you to hear that. They want you to hear impeachment over a phone call. Impeachment over two, actually more crooked people. They're afraid because Trump is called Adam Schiff, a crooked politician, and we know that. They're afraid because the other side's afraid because they know Hunter Biden and Joe Biden are corrupt. They know it's going to link sooner or later to Hillary, Obama. The whole entire list of them are going to go down with this. So they're screaming impeachment over a phone call. This has switched to criminal. Barr, not to be redundant, but as we got to tell you, Barr went before the House Judiciary Committee and said, I'm going to get to the origin. I'm concerned that the campaign was spied on. I'm concerned about FISA abuse. I'm concerned. I'm going to get to the origin, okay, and the genesis. Now, the one thing I got to say is Barr is a professional. Durham is a 35-year professional. They have enough, okay? Adam Schiff never had anything, okay? Robert Mueller was never able to turn his investigation into a criminal investigation. Now, you're going to say, yes, he did. Look. Michael Cohen is in jail. Paul Manafort is in jail. This many people are indicted. Not one, now wait a minute, not one individual went to jail, Michael Flynn, nobody, over the accusations made of the President of the United States connecting him to Russia. Not one. Not one. Michael Cohen is in jail for 9 other reasons. Paul Manafort, not one in jail. There was no time that Robert Mueller was able to get anything where Trump's campaign is concerned. And the genesis of whatever the Russian investigation is with Robert Mueller, was he able to come out and say it's now turned to a criminal investigation. But this guy did. They have enough. They know they have enough to turn this into a criminal investigation. They don't want to talk about that on the news. By the book. He says Durham, that's Durham there in the mustache. He does everything by the book. It's now a criminal investigation. Let the chips fall where they may. Now that it's a criminal investigation, they can subpoena, they have subpoena power and assemble a grand jury. So, let me see one more. I want to look here. So this is Attorney General William Barr doubles down on spying claims, questions origins of Russian probe. This is from CBS News, all right? That's when he doubled down. Remember, Attorney General William Barr is not backing down from claims he believes authorized spying took place in President Trump's campaign during the 2016 presidential election, as the Justice Department makes moves to investigate the origins of the Russian probe. FBI officials have denied that the agency spied on President Trump's campaign. I don't think so. All right, Washington Post, William Barr's investigation should make Democrats nervous. That's right. This is an opinion piece by Henry Olson, columnist, October 25th. The House Democrats' impeachment investigation is getting all the press right now, but Attorney General William P. Barr's investigation into the origin of the FBI's 2016 probe of alleged ties between Russia and Trump campaign could well prove more politically consequential. News on Thursday, last Thursday, headed by John Durham, that's the guy in the mustache, that's the guy smiling right there in the mustache, okay? Headed by John Durham, the United States U.S. Attorney from Connecticut had become criminal in nature, underscored this conclusion. Criminal investigations arise only when there is suspicion supported by evidence that someone might have broken the law. They can't switch this puppy over. They can't change the gears on it. They can't get me the stamp out of the drawer. Which one? The one that says criminal. I'm gonna hit the criminal on. Ting! It's now a criminal investigation. You can't do that one more time for you people that weren't paying attention at home. Headed by John Durham, the guy in the mustache, the guy smiling, the U.S. Attorney from Connecticut, has become criminal in nature, underscored this conclusion. Criminal investigations arise only is a big word, only when there is a suspicion supported by evidence. That's how you do it, Adam Shifty. Evidence. There it is. You remember all that evidence you had? Corrupt politician. Let's see. Arise only when there is a suspicion supported by evidence that someone might have broken the law. These inquiries, unlike initial factual investigations, permit the issuance of subpoenas and the impaneling of a grand jury. Being able to compel the production of evidence is a powerful tool in uncovering the facts, as the man heading the Democrats' impeachment effort, Adam Schiff, knows. Because Schiff has never had any facts. So, all right, take that down. And let's look at, now we know this guy, when it comes to Schiff, well, when it comes to Brennan and this, let's just go to John Brennan. All right. This guy right here. Oh, I'm sorry. That would help. Let's go with a couple of them. Let's go with number 8. I'm getting a headache. That's the I'm getting a headache, John Brennan. And then let's go with number 7. If I go down, you're going with me. All right. So John Brennan, he was appointed by Barack Obama. This is going to go to the top. Director of Central Intelligence Agency from March 8, 2013 to 2017. Brennan's going to go down like a dirty, scalded, crying, whining, whimpering dog. I wonder if the day he goes to prison, Brennan, if we can report he went to prison whimpering, crying, like a dirty dog, and the media will protect him. Wonder how long. I'm going to take a break. It's getting at the 9:30 hour, and then we're going to come back and I want to talk about General Flynn. I promise that. And we will go impeachment. Take a quick break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellen, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hold on just a minute. I'm looking at something. Trying to look at something, multitask here. All right, so just looking at something I just got here. All right, anyhow, now let's go to General Flynn. I said this jokingly, but I'm actually very serious. What if General Flynn ends up in the second term back in the White House? Just think about it. Just think about it. What if, okay? So, number 10. What if he ends up back in the White House? Now, before we move to Flynn, I'm not going to get to all the impeachment crying of the left of the Democrats, okay? So, anyhow, let's go to number 9. Now, this is Horowitz. This is the IG Horowitz, okay? And IG Horowitz, Inspector General, anticipated FISA abuse probe report near completion. This came out a couple days ago. Michael Horowitz, the United States Department of Justice Inspector General, IG. Now, he is the IG for the for the Department of Justice. Said Thursday that he is almost done finalizing the report into possible abuse of Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Now, you would think the Democrats would be interested ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Horowitz made a revelation in an October 24th letter addressed to the House and Senate leaders. The IG anticipate that the report would be released to the public with few redactions, adding, given that our draft report is lengthy and concerns sensitive national security and law enforcement matters, we understood that it would take the department and the FBI some time to work through the appropriate mark and the entire report. They've got to go through and get all of the classified stuff out and mark this up before it's released. But keep in mind, Horowitz is ready to release this report, and as it's getting closer to being released, who has then changed directions or changed the definition of their investigation to criminal? Just keep that in mind. Okay, so where is FISA report? Anticipation builds as Department of Justice watchdog still hasn't released review. Okay, so we're waiting on that. All right, and what is that? For weeks has been speculated a long-awaited review of alleged surveillance abuse by the Department of Justice and FBI during the investigation into Russia's purported meddling, I think it's supposed to, well, anyhow, into 2016 presidential election could drop any day. So, Department of Justice, FBI, Comey, Brennan. Now, James Clapper. Let's go with number 6. James Clapper, the I did it guy. Yeah, that was me. Remember why this is going on. This guy right here, James Clapper, is Director of National Intelligence from 2010 to 2017. Don't think these people don't know. So let me get this because I'm going to run out of time because I got to get to my pictures of the day. Number 3. And number 3 is the judge. That is Judge Emmett Sullivan. He's a federal judge. Sits on the bench. And federal judge Emmett Sullivan, okay, this is out the 28th, cancels General Flynn hearing set for next week following explosive comprehensive briefing by attorney Sidney Powell. So he's the judge. He has got something on his desk in his chambers. He's got something in his chambers, and he's saying, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. I do think there is something here that should be looked at first. Okay? So, let's go with put this picture up right here. So right now, give me number 10. This is General Flynn. That's the judge. Said pump the brakes. Okay. Federal Judge Emmett Sullivan canceled the General Flynn's hearing set for next week following a comprehensive briefing by attorney Sidney Powell. General Michael Flynn, attorney Sidney Powell, released a number of pages of information that are totally damning to Obama deep state actors and villains. We know that the 302 was doctored by Lisa Page prior notes from Powell, and now we know that the 302 was doctored by adding an entire question and answer of the general that was later used to criminally indict him. So let me give you something real quick. I hope I can put this together in a decent way. And let's see, what is an FBI 302? Okay, so an FBI 302, what is an FBI 302? The problematic nature FBI agent's interview memo. Okay, 302s. Former FBI Director James Comey apparently wrote a memo summarizing his meeting with President Trump. The memo purportedly recounts the president's statement. Okay, FBI agents finalizing notes of a conversation. There's nothing surprising about this. 302s. Let's take a closer look at how a witness interview gets memorialized into an interview memo or in white-collar 302s. So the 302 is the interview report, the report on the interview. Just to make it clear and quick, we're running out of time. So Lisa Page did a 302. We know that the 302 was doctored by Lisa Page prior to notes from Powell, and now we know that the 302 was doctored by adding an entire question and answer of the general that was later used to criminally indict him. Doctored. The 302 is doctored. I mean, they'll destroy your lives. Now, put up number 4. Now, obviously, we don't have the gender issue here. That is Lisa Page not wearing the tie, and that's her lover, Peter Strzok, FBI, disgraced, fired, got fired from the FBI. Or did he get fired? I don't know. He was sent down to the mailroom for quite some time. He is the one, Andy McCabe. They're all a nervous wreck. All the deep state. Andy McCabe, they were in the office with Lisa Page and the insurance policy, but sources say that Lisa Page talked in that room that day. So anyhow, in addition, Powell's filing with the court released late last week shows that Obama's former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, so let's go back to number 6, the I did it, James Clapper. There he is. Okay. National Director James Clapper was involved in leaking the general's discussion with Russian Kislyak before President Trump's 2017 inauguration. I'm just telling you. Let me see here. I got something else. There's a lot of tweets on this one here. So let me go to another one really quickly. Michael Flynn's claim against FBI is chilling, says former U.S. Attorney Brett Tallman. All right, just throw this out as a quick opinion. A defense claim that FBI agents manipulated official records leading to Michael Flynn. Let's go ahead and put Flynn back up. He is number 10. Okay. Leading charges investigated manipulating records leading to Michael Flynn being charged with lying to investigators is chilling, former Utah U.S. Attorney Brett Tallman said Saturday. The former National Security Advisor legal team filed an explosive motion. I've told you this before. I don't need to show you, but there's a major big spider web crack on the screen that goes right in the center of some of the stuff. So just sometimes I can't see I can't see it. It's not glasses. The former National Security Advisor legal team filed an explosive motion last Thursday, alleging that FBI agents manipulated records from Flynn's 2017 interview. This comes as U.S. Attorney John Durham ongoing probe into potential FBI and Justice Department misconduct is the run-up to the 2016 presidential election has been transitioned into a full-fledged criminal investigation. Number 5, it all comes back here. It's all going to circle back around. The judge said, "Hold on, I need to look at some things." So we'll see. Judge said, "Hold on, pump the brakes. I got to look at some things." It all leads back here. Quick break, and then we'll come back. That's why they're yelling impeachment, folks. What we've talked about, and plenty of things for you guys to go look at today. Take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and just run quickly through all of our pictures today.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hey folks, he went crying, whimpering like a dirty dog, and the media is all messed up over it. We wanted to talk about, I'm your host, BKP. I wanted to talk about today The things that are not being talked about: S&P 500 all-time high, trade wars that they keep yelling. Nobody really has done a glowing. Larry Kudlow, right? Always have Larry Kudlow come out. Steve Mnuchin. Nobody's given these people any credit whatsoever of all the hard work. Even the guy that sleeps through the cabinet meetings. Nobody's given anybody credit for all the hard work on these trade negotiations, okay? Half a point may be reversed, okay? Half a point may be reversed from the feds. All they do is attack this president in a negative way and never highlight and say we were wrong. CNN, NBC, ABC, all of them should be doing I'm wrong right now stories about the trade wars. Okay, let's go to 66. White House Ukraine expert to testify today. He's an Ukraine expert, okay? Number 66. Here is what Lieutenant Colonel, now this leaked out through the New York Times. This is what the Lieutenant Colonel Alexander S. Vindman, he was on the phone call. So give me impeachment inquiry. White House, give me number 65. White House expert to testify. White House expert, Ukraine expert to testify. Says he heard President Trump pressure Ukraine to investigate Biden's. Maybe it was Burisma. Maybe we'll look at the oligarch that's in charge of Burisma that could not even come back to the country until the charges were dropped. What? No journalistic standards whatsoever of any investigation. I was concerned by the call. I did not think it was proper to demand that a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen. Really? And I was worried about the implications for the U.S. government. All right, so number 64. I like to show you all the CNN and MSNBC bylines real quick. White House Ukraine expert to testify. He reported concerns over the Trump call. Says he heard President Trump pressure Ukraine and investigate Biden. I guess the Ukrainian president's lying. Okay, they are going to vote, and it's all done on purpose to put it in their terms, their box, to sell it to the American people. Number 63 at 4:04 this morning. House to vote this week on impeachment procedures. Signals move to next stage of impeachment inquiry. They're going to vote for the procedures. They're building their own narrative, and then they're going to come out and try to sell it to you. Totally sell it to you. This guy's a piece of garbage. Just like to show his picture, and maybe you can throw something at the screen. Number 62. Republicans criticize Dems' plan to hold impeachment vote. Say resolution falls short of formal authorization of inquiry. Here we go. Nice opening at 4:33. Here you go. Number 61. White House Ukraine expert to testify today. There you go, the Capitol. Let's go to 60. New details from the U.S. raid targeting Baghdadi. State Department officials, Syrian Democratic forces played a key role. Now, what I said yesterday, and I want to go after it again in just what short time I have, it's interesting how the Kurds, I've yet to see Christians in any form or fashion, no matter where they're at in the world, to be upheld by the media, supported by the media, and highlighted by the media. I mean, there is ethnic cleansing, there's genocide, there's Christians that have been killed by the thousands. No media event, no media coverage. Jews are God's chosen people, right? All right, everybody's yelling at me, but anyhow, no, the media does not care. But the Kurds have become the media's chosen people. It's just interesting what side you're on. Holy smokes! I understand the First Amendment, and I understand journalism, and I understand questioning our government, but every once in a while, it would be decent if you had to just show patriotism for a second. Let's go to, let me give you the next one, okay? I don't want to go to that one. We've already done several this morning. Let me get to that. Give me number 52. White House statement on impeachment inquiry. Speaker Pelosi is finally admitting what the rest of the American people knew, that the Democrats were conducting an unauthorized impeachment proceeding, refusing to give the president due process, and their secret, shady, closed-door depositions are completely and illegitimate. Sorry. Stephanie Grisham fighting that crack there. Let's go to Lindsey Graham, number 51. Senator Graham on impeachment inquiry. A vote now is a bite like unringing a bit. Sorry, not bite. There's no E on that. A vote now is a bit like unringing a bell, as Democrats have selectively leaked information in order to damage the President of the United States for weeks. And I got a final statement on the al-Baghdadi kill, all right? Stay for my final statement, all right? Intel Chairman number 50, Schiff. Intel Chairman Adam Schiff on impeachment inquiry. The American people will hear firsthand about the president's misconduct. Let's see what Nancy says, number 49. Speaker Pelosi's letter to the Democrats. We are taking this step to eliminate any doubt as to whether the Trump administration may withhold documents, prevent witnesses' testimony, disregard duly authorized subpoena, and continue obstructing the House of Representatives. Really? This is Ukraine, you understand. This is one of the most corrupt countries. I mean, I think the most corrupt country maybe in the world, what, the U.S.? Just joking. But here's Ukraine. This is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. But we're battling to take our president out to uphold this corruption. Number 48. Finally, Lindsey Graham tweeted out, finally, how is this different than 3 Democratic senators writing to Ukraine demanding they cooperate with Mueller investigation? Remember the 3 senators, right? Let's see if I can remember them from the top of my head. First of all, Dick Durbin from Illinois, Patrick Leahy from Vermont, and what is that guy, what is that senator from New Jersey? I lost his name. Senator from New Jersey that wrote a letter to Ukraine, okay? Said, you better cooperate with Mueller or else, okay? Number 47, the selective leak without due process puts the presidency at risk. As to Colonel, he's entitled to his opinion about the phone call. I read the transcript and found nothing wrong with it. Lindsey Graham. Let's go to another one from Lindsey Graham, number 46. Trying to move along. Clearly, Democrats continue to leak behind closed-door testimony to damage President Trump. The New York Times story is Exhibit A in their ongoing efforts to use a sham process for the purpose of driving down President Trump's approval rating. It should come to an immediate end. Now, they keep releasing these open statements, these opening statements. Remember Bill Taylor the other day, the bombshell opening statement? They've released this guy's opening statement. But they never release the transcripts of what's said behind the closed doors, what some of the questioning comes up, right? I don't want to read the opening statement. We're going to bypass that. Number 43, MSNBC's all excited. House to vote on resolution laying out the next steps in impeachment inquiry. Number 42, the New York Times Ukraine expert They pick a word every damn... He's an expert. Ukraine expert at White House. Sounded the alarm. He went and pulled the bell. In case of emergency, break glass. 41, that July 10th meeting attendees. When you see this, doesn't it remind you like the Trump Tower meeting that nothing happened, nothing came out of? Mueller could not put enough together to, put the president behind bars. July 10th meeting, Bolton, I can't pronounce that guy's name, Volker I can, and Sondland. Oh, they want the mustache. They want him, number 40. White House official who listened in on the July 25th Trump call to testify in impeachment inquiry. Army officer who heard Trump's Ukraine call. He reported the concerns. All right. I got to go with this one, number 36. Can you believe that Shifty Adam Schiff, the biggest leaker in D.C., and a corrupt politician? I love it. Quick applaud. Corrupt politician is upset that we didn't inform him before we raided and killed the #1 terrorist in the world. Wouldn't be surprised if the do-nothing Democrats impeach me over that. Drain the swamp. Corrupt politician. That's right. That's right. Let's see what else I have here. Number 33. Mr. President, are you concerned that Nancy Pelosi's and others can't be trusted? Yeah, I'm concerned. Nobody can trust this bunch. They lie, cheat, and steal, and speed dial the New York Times and Washington Post and all the others. All right. Number 32. Officials cringed. They cringed as Trump spills sensitive details of al-Baghdadi raid. Your details. They belong to you, the American people. They cringe because they can't take it that he talks to you, the American people. The overreaching concern about Trump's disclosure on the al-Baghdadi raid, officials said, is that he gave America's enemies details that can make intelligence gathering and similar military operations more difficult and more dangerous to pull off. Let's see, I don't need to see that one. Oh, number 30, the Kurdish people, the media's chosen people, the Kurds. Kurdish information provided key intel in operation that killed ISIS leader Baghdadi there, okay? You see what else I want here. Stay with that one right there. Let's go with number 27. Trump Syria troop withdrawal, complicated plans for al-Baghdadi raid. Really? American officials said that the Kurds continued to provide information to CIA on Mr. Trump, on al-Baghdadi's location, even after Mr. Trump's decision to withdraw the American troops left the Syrian Kurds to confront the Turkish offensive alone. Number 26. Do you see anything, if you went to MSNBC, CNN, any of them this morning, did you see any long reports on our men and women that killed this piece of garbage? Did you? No, over and over and over. They want to lavish the Kurds with praise. They want to lavish other countries, other people with praise. What about our men and women that made that daring sacrifice to help one more day of securing the world, where families like the Muellers never have to go through that again? Reporter number 26. Number 26. Sir, can you say what role the Kurds played in this? Just generally, can you say it? Hold on a minute. I might leave that alone. Now, I want to go through this, and I want to leave after this. Give me 13. Inside protests erupt around the world. Demonstrators take to the streets over economic fears and corruption. Okay? We go to one more, 14. Okay? Corruption. Inside the protest erupting around the world. Number 15. Now, I watched this report this morning, okay? And from Chile to Lebanon, these uprisings are young people in these countries that have had it with the corruption and the taxes. Look at each one. I think one of is Chile that has a 4% subway tax increase that they're coming out. Corruption and taxation are putting masses out in the streets around the world. But who are the two dumbasses? Okay, number 17. It's 10 o'clock. I got to do two things. Elizabeth Warren, I support the Lebanese people protesting and demand their government take care of all of its people, not just the rich and powerful. As we fight corruption in our home, we should support those fighting corruption there. It's over a tax. You dumbass. If you institute all of Elizabeth Warren's plans, this would happen in the streets of America. Bernie Sanders, the Arab Spring rose up to fight corruption, repression, inequality, and austerity. This Lebanon and Iraq protests show their spirit is still very much alive. If we want a progressive future, we need to build up a global movement for working people. This is about tax. This is about corruption, government corruption and taxes that are being taken from people, that they're being overtaxed in the corruption. You dumbasses. All right, now let me say this. Keep this in mind, al-Baghdadi. Let's go with, just give me, hell, I just need one. I don't care where he's at. Where the hell is that piece of, I don't care. I have one here, and I know it's 10 o'clock, and we got to go. Just give me number 60. I don't give a care. Just so I have his picture. New details from U.S. raid targeting Baghdadi. Let me just say this, and we'll close. Let's go back 3 weeks ago, right? President says he's going to remove the troops from Syria, and we have this uproar over the Kurds, and we're abandoning them, and we're doing them wrong, right? So if we did the Kurds so wrong, and we abandoned them, and we said that you're on your own, why would they do one thing? See, you got the pictures of them throwing potatoes and tomatoes at our trucks as they left, but why would they do one earthly thing? And 3 weeks ago, I wonder if this right here, al-Baghdadi, right? I wonder if al-Baghdadi there 3 weeks ago, okay, and us saying we're pulling out, I wonder if he got into a comfort, just got a little comfortable. We fought for 3 weeks. Our media went for 3 weeks nuts over Syria and the Kurds, and at the whole time, what if Donald J. Trump knew the whole time that with Kurds intelligence on the ground, that this guy was going to be a piece of dog meat thrown out at sea? And damn, it is 10 o'clock. Let's not leave. I'm so sorry, Sam. She's going to kill me. But let's put our, where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Let's put our hero up. We're not leaving without our hero of the day. I had him up here just a minute ago. Number 39. That's our hero. That's the dog that went in the tunnel. We understand he's doing okay. The president declassified his identity, but we don't know his name. We're just going to say, Rover, we wish you a speedy recovery. We're out. Sorry we're running a little late, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take us out.